Hey, Craig. Okay, Craig. Hey, Craig.
What?
I got a joke for you.
What's the joke, man? What we got? What we got?
Why didn't the coach trust his team?
I don't know why.
Because there was too many sneakers in the locker room.
funny.
wait. I got another one.
No, we're live.
Oh, really? That was a good. What's up, baby? What's up? Hope y'all hear my joke. Did they hear my joke?
Yeah, they did.
That was a classic joke, though. I think. But
Maybe the delivery was wrong. I don't know.
Maybe. Get it? Sneakers. Coaching trust them. Sneakers.
Yeah, we got that.
All right, we gotta go. Right, we gotta go. What's the week 8? Week 8 is here. FSP. I'm trying to get you the title, championship. I get it. One time I get that rhyme going. Smooth.
Oh, man.
As always, I'm the Schwab. That's my man Craig. And it's time for the plugs. And yes, we're trying a little bit different this time. I know you see behind us all our plugs and unplugs on the board. So, if you want to watch still, which I hope you do, because I still got the views anyway, watch still and see why we picking them. If not,
there's your answers.
Yeah, there's your answers. Okay, I got the view. I appreciate it.
I wish everyone could see how you're sitting right now. You're sitting like you're lounging. You're really lounging right now.
I had a long day, man. Yeah. I had a long day. It's fantasy is here, though. I'm up for fantasy, though.
Yeah.
You ready, man?
Yeah. You want to go first?
Yeah.
You guys are on the side. You go first.
Let's do it first. All right. My plug is Andy Dalton. Is my I'll plug the quarterback. He's going against the Colts. All right. The Colts has allowed the fifth most points to a quarterback. Let's face it, the Colts, they can't stop nobody. They lost 3 D-backs already. The Bengals are the 5th highest over under in a point total. So everything points to Andy Dalton. Yes, he wasn't a good last week. So it's time to plug him in and reap the benefits. What you got, bro?
All right. My plug is Cameron Newton.
Cam.
Yeah, I know he had a rough week last week, but if we look back at the 3 weeks prior to that, he had 22 the week before that, 32, and 39. A little inconsistent, but his bounce back weeks turned out to be really, really good. They're at the Bucs, a division game. It looks like the Buccaneers are starting to air it out over there, so it's going to be high scoring in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just overall, I like bounce back games for Cam this year. I personally don't like him as a fantasy quarterback because of the inconsistency he's been having. Mm-hmm. But for this week, if you're in between quarterbacks, I would go Cam Newton.
Yeah, the Bucs are second worst.
Yeah, second worst.
Against the pass.
Yep.
So I'll go Cam. You see how he walked out of that interview?
He is a baby, man.
That's pretty funny though. I love Cam.
He cannot lose. He don't know how to lose.
My sit. I feel like every time he's on the road, I think I have him as a sit. Obviously, Big Ben going to Detroit. In his last in every road game he had, he was a quarterback 15th. He was a quarterback 25th, 21st, and 18th. There's no top 12 a quarterback finishes for him on the road. So why do you think it's still going? Martavis Bryant is a knucklehead. I hate him. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I gotta stop it. I'm sorry for telling y'all to plug him up last week. Right? That was just. It might be a wrap for him. It might be juju time. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get back to it. Big Ben against the Lions is not good. He's on the road. AB is going to do AB stuff, but Ben, I see 2 picks, 232 yards, and 1 touchdown, which is not a pluggable. And let's face it, if his name wasn't Big Ben,
we wouldn't be talking about him.
We wouldn't be talking about him. Okay, he'll be on the waiver wire and everything. So it's time to stop going names and ship him out. So
yeah,
Big Ben.
My unplug is Carr. I know he went off crazy last week.
Yeah,
him and Amari Cooper.
Yes, he did.
And even Jared Cook. But they're at Buffalo, and I just don't like the matchup going into Buffalo this week.
Yeah,
Buffalo looks really, really tough on defense, and they like to hold their opponents to low scoring. Mm-hmm. They are the 4th best against quarterback passing, just quarterback overall. Mm-hmm. So I would stay away from Carr. If you have someone else in hand, go the like a Kirk Cousins, I would go Kirk
out there
Cousins.
slinging it, bro.
Yeah, I would go Kirk Cousins over a Carr. So if you're in that ballpark, those type of players, definitely those guys over Carr.
At running back, I got Mark Ingram. I got from the Saints. He's playing the Bears. It's pretty obvious. You have to start Ingram at all costs.
Yeah.
He has 47 carries in the last 2 games, and that's when AP was gone. The spread is actually the Saints is supposed to win by 9, so everything points to Ingram getting another 22 carries, 25 carries. Alvin Kamara is there, yes, but like I said, with the spread so big that the Saints has to grind the clock out, and that means more Ingram.
Yeah.
Congrats on you if you drafted him late, because he is going to lead you to a very nice reward.
Or if you made a trade for him on a low cost.
Yeah, you made a trade for him because he's gonna be a stud, man. It's great.
My plug-in is Jerick McKinnon at Cleveland. I know Cleveland is pretty good against the run defense. Against the run. But I just really like McKinnon, what he's been doing. He's been touching the ball a lot, rushing at least 13 carries a game. But in my thing, I'm big on PPR. He's getting 6 targets per game.
Yeah.
And that right there, you can't really hush up or let it go. He's due for another big game rushing wise too, man. He could break one for a long touchdown. I really like him this week against Cleveland. Cleveland looks like they're down and out.
Yeah. And then that last week with Murray, I think that long TD run. That was a fluke. I'll play McKinnon too. I like him a lot too.
Oh, you're talking about Latavius' run? Yeah. That was
ran that?
Yeah, it was.
That was a fluke.
They like him a lot more. He outsnapped Latavius.
Yeah, every time. Okay, you can't catch. All right, my unplug is CJ Anderson. I feel like I always have him as a plug. So it's finally time for me to stop in my heart and unplug this guy. All right, he's playing the Chiefs. Let's face it, he's playing the Chiefs. The other running back on his team is who? My man Jamal Charles. Who's he playing? The Chiefs. What does that mean?
He gonna get the ball.
Revenge. That's what that means. Revenge game. I think the Broncos is gonna feed Jamal Charles a lot this game, just because how it worked out in the Chiefs. They're actually a 7-point underdog. So I think Devonta Booker gets a lot of work too. So in the end, I think Jamal Charles and Devonta Booker is going to get more touches than CJ. So
that's a committee over there.
Yeah, it's 3-man committee. So it's tough. It's going to be tough, but I think you might unplug him.
Yeah, even in the bye weeks, I don't like it.
Behind you, yeah.
My unplug is Lamar Miller, another Mr. Inconsistent, and at this time of the year, against Seattle this week. So you really want to stay away from it. They're top 3 against the run. There's really not much you can say. Just if it's a desperate flex, I guess plug him in. But he's just so inconsistent that I would stay away from him. I would even try to trade him at this point. Try to get something.
If his value is low, I don't think anybody's gonna jump up after him. I'll say wait until he gets a good game and then trade him. But unfortunately, it's not gonna be this week at all.
Well, if it does, it's even more tradable.
Oh yeah, if he does, ship him. Ship him immediately. At wide receiver, I got my boy Funches of Bunches versus the Bucks. As we said earlier, the Bucks are allowing the second most points. That's wide receivers. So the cornerbacks are garbage. As Craig said, it's gonna be a shootout. I think too. So I think it's time to plug him.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about Kelly Benjamin, but since week 2,
they still need another weapon over there.
Yeah, but since week 2, Funches has the most targets, most yards and touchdowns on that team. So he's getting the looks. He's 15th right now in targets a game, and that's including weeks 1 and 2. So
it's like a Demarius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders situation.
Yes. Yeah. So I think it's time. I think he bummed out the last 3 weeks. As me, I'm a gambling man. I think it's time. So plug him in there.
My plug is Aguilar.
Nelson.
He looks like he is starting to pick up the confidence in Wentz for him to throw him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, I watched the game last week.
Alshon, man.
He makes one great catch, and that's it.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
So it looks like they're using
I think
Aguilar.
it's the way he runs, I think.
They're using Aguilar as a slot receiver. He knows how to get open. He's had a touchdown last week.
He scored the last four games.
Yeah, so he's scoring. He's not
He
getting
scored the last
much
4
yards.
games.
And they're playing the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Obviously, you saw what my Cowboys did to them last week. I can just imagine what Carson Wentz plans on doing to him. So I really like Nelson this week for you guys.
Yeah, hope so. Well, I'm sorry, I hope not, because I'm playing him in one of my leagues. My unplug for a wide receiver is Mr. Crabtree. Mr. Crabtree. Like Craig said, he's playing the Bills. They're a 16th against the pass. So it's a off and on. But I feel like Amari Cooper is now the better play.
Yeah.
And preferred wide receiver over there. And Buffalo is tough at their place on Bills. So that's why it's a little conflicted. It's a little skewed. So at Buffalo, a California team flying all the way to the east to play a 1:00 game is not a good look at all. And so I don't like Derek Carr either, and I definitely don't like Crabtree. I can see him scoring one time, but it's gonna be 2 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown.
Well, last week I played against him. He had 5 points.
yeah. And he scored, didn't he?
No, at the end he got 9 points because he scored. But that was, I mean,
he's the red zone guy. He's not the big play.
That was a 5-play game over. So they threw to him 4 times out of those 5 times. So he obviously was going to get 1.
Yeah, I know that's true. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't like him either.
I don't either.
My unplug is T.Y. Hilton. Obviously, you guys all know why. He's just been bad. And not him. The quarterback play is just not there right now. I thought Brissett was going to turn it around for him, hopefully help their season, but it doesn't look that way at all. So I'm going to have to unplug T.Y. I have him. I'm not even starting him, and he's probably my top 3 receiver. The last 2 weeks, 4 points and 2 points. It's just not good at all. So I'm definitely unplugging T.Y. Hilton.
I feel like we always had him as unplugged.
Did you have him last week?
I think so. I probably did because yes. I guess Jacksonville against Jacksonville.
But he's a top receiver and you just
he needs luck. Yeah,
he just can't.
He needs luck. So we're going to keep banging and banging and banging. Okay?
I think he's still maybe a top 20 receiver right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, but he's going down dramatically.
I'm sure he is. Oh yeah, those 2 games he did have huge games. I agree. Okay, that's what you mean. And tight end. I know you're looking at that name like, who is that? Yeah, that's the guy from Cincinnati. The Tyler Eifert looking guy.
I see what you did.
Who's 6'7"? Yeah, Tyler Croft. That's him. He's playing the Colts. In his last 4 games, he has 3 touchdowns. Okay, he's playing 93% of the snaps.
That's a lot.
Like I said, the Colts lost 3 D-backs. Okay, and they're starting a free safety and Malik Hooker, who is the ball hawk, who D's the tight end. So he's gone. All right. The Colts has allowed Mercedes Lewis and George Kittle to have over 5 catches, over 60 yards, and a touchdown each. If they can do it, Tyler Croft doesn't do it. I feel like the Bengals is going to drive up and down the field at will, and I can definitely see Croft getting 2 touchdowns this week. So, and he's cheap too. Go FanDuel. So, I'll go with him.
My next pick is pretty obvious again. I think I picked him last week as well. Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
The reason being they're at New England, and I think that's just going to be a high-scoring game. He's been having fantasy points 11, 14, and 13.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, Antonio Gates is out now, and he's the show. And Phillip Rivers loves his tight end, and just seems like they're starting to get moving now. So, again, usually people who have Hunter Henry have another decent tight end, I guess like a Witten or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably plug him over Jason Witten, and I'm a Cowboys fan, or even Jimmy Graham, if you have him or Jimmy Graham.
Hunter Henry is legit, man. Yeah. He's playing 80% of the snaps. Gates is gone. Hunter Henry is legit.
He's going to be a top 5 tight
end
at the end.
Yes, he is. And he's only 22 years old.
He's a pretty freak athlete, too.
Which is crazy to me. So, definitely plug him, okay? I actually had a text message. Somebody asked me if they should start Hunter Henry or Stephon Diggs. That's close.
That's a flex. I'm not
Flex.
big on starting tight ends in flex at all.
No.
I mean, unless you have Gronk and Kelsey, but
I'm not either, but I say go Henry because Diggs is coming off an injury, and last year I had him, and anytime he was hurt, he gave me like 1 point or 2 points.
yeah,
But I like him more if Sam Bradford was with him.
yeah, me too.
In case Keenum was there, so I don't like plugging a tight end at flex, but I feel like
I think that's a
Henry,
safe bet right there.
Hunter Henry is definitely going to give you at least 9 right there.
Yeah.
At least 9. So that's what I said. Anyway, let's get back to this. A tight end, I got O.J. Howard versus the Panthers. And in case you wanted to get cute, because he scored twice last week and everything. He got twice. He's like, oh, I'm going to go get him and plug him. Don't plug him, okay? He's still, yes, he's playing 70% of the snaps, but he's blocking more than 50% of those. So he's really not being thought about. The Panthers are the fourth best against the tight end. So everything seems like there's no room for him. I think it might be a Cameron break time. I think they're going to flip flop. But we are 1 year too early on O.J. Howard being a major fantasy asset. So I'll unplug him for real.
My unplug is Jared Cook.
Cook him.
You can see what I did right there. You did it with Croft and my unplugs. Reason being, they're at the Bills. I just don't like the matchup for him.
Mm-hmm.
I know he had a good week last week. I think he had a touchdown and a long catch.
Mm-hmm.
But the past 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, he had 16 fantasy points last week, and then 3 and 3. It's just inconsistency, and at the tight end position, you really don't need that. And again, they're going to the Bills, flying from the West Coast to the East Coast, playing against a stingy defense.
Yep.
Their linebacker core seems like I think they have the best linebacker core in the game right now. The Bills. So they're going to be guarding Cook a lot. And again, he has old age. I don't see him.
He's just so inconsistent.
Yeah.
So I think he had a big game last week. So
That's
he's
it.
definitely gonna have a bad game this week. So
I'm not.
you know him.
I would stay away from this week. So other people out there you can get Croft. If you got Jared Cook and he's your only tight end, go get Croft.
Croft is out there. I'll plug him.
Yeah.
I'll plug him. Hey, if you're relying on Jared Cook, I'll go Croft.
Me too.
That's what I'm saying. I'll say something. So it's supposed to be a nor'easter coming in the East Coast. I don't even know. I don't even know what nor'easter is. That means it's about to rain. It's gonna be like a hurricane type wind.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying don't plug them. I'm just saying just be cautious of the games in Philly, the Jets, Buffalo, and Washington. Just be cautious. I'm not saying I don't plug them. Just know if you had a quarterback on that team, there might be a running time. So, like, just saying, I learned my lesson with that. I said Tom Brady during a snow game. I'm saying it was a blizzard. It was a blizzard, bro. Sat him. He threw for like 450, like 4 touchdowns.
That was 2 years ago or last year?
I think that was like 3 years ago. I think
That was against Philly?
No, it wasn't against Philly. It wasn't. I don't know. I just remember because Deion Branch was there. Hey,
Oh, that's
and he caught a long ball. I'm sorry. So weather is a factor. I'm just saying, just be cautious with
not
that.
for Tom Brady.
Yeah. Basically.
Like these young quarterbacks, that's going to be a factor.
Yeah, it is. It is like Carson Wentz.
These young receivers too.
Mm-hmm. I Nelson Aguilar. I hope.
I don't think he wants the Eagles to win this.
Oh, they're gonna win. It's a trap game, but they're definitely gonna win. I just don't want Nelson Aguilar to do anything. I just want everything to go to Alshon. No FanDuel picks today. We will do that tomorrow.
You got to tune in for that.
Yeah, you gotta I tune in for that. You got anything you want to say?
Just make sure you watch the Cowboys make a statement tomorrow against the Redskins. We know they played the Eagles well. It's not gonna happen again with the Cowboys. We're gonna be in there, show something.
And I'm gonna say is Eagles, #1 team in the league right now. Best record, 7-1. How am I do it? Eagles all day.